Good morning, it is Monday. I've had a busy morning already. It is 11:32. I'm just making my 11's meal and using my free cals up to cook 2 chicken sausage, 1 egg, 2 grams of butter on a slice of the Danish loaf, which is 62 cals per average slice, so I can be pretty satisfied that it's within my 250 calories. I've trained upper. It was really good. I got some PBs in there, either for reps or for weight, which was nice, and yeah, I'm feeling pretty happy with it, to be honest. How I'm feeling post check-in, my weight is holding at that big jump that happened last week, but I'm looking okay. I look okay. It's just riding out whatever is going on with my cycle, and I'm still feeling symptomatic of that. We pulled my dim out yesterday, however, due to me forgetting it on Saturday, not having it yesterday and not having it today, it should be fully out of my system by the end of today, because it has quite a short half-life, i.e. how long it's in your system. Still playing the waiting game, and I think we could be for some time. However, it's not like my body will go through the 28-day cycle again and try again. I'm positive that I may have already ovulated, and now that my body is showing symptoms of coming up to a bleed, it's just going to keep trying to do that. So we're quite happy to just keep riding it out. There's no changes following my check-in this morning. However, I am going to keep everything pretty tight going into my Thursday check-in to just see what happens with my weight and everything. My weight is naturally going to go up and keep going up at the minute because we've added in some more fats, even though we've taken away 100 calories for my free calories. Is still not enough to kind of counteract that. But yeah, we're just gonna have to ride this one out and see what happens. I've done 15 minutes cardio today and I've done nearly 4,000 steps, so I'm feeling pretty good about that as well. I've also made a physio appointment this week because I'm still getting the pain in my left hamstring, not necessarily my right hamstring, which is the one that I know that I definitely injured. Like I felt it happen. So I've got that on Wednesday. I've readjusted my working from home display screen equipment set up to make sure that my chair is at the correct height and I'm not making it any worse. So that is my Monday so far. I don't know how loud this is going on next to me, so I'll update you with some more exciting stuff after I've cooked this. The thing that I was going to talk about this morning was Anna Lingus. Anna Lingus is a celebrity makeup artist. Like, I've followed her on Instagram for years. She does a lot of prosthetic and theatrical makeup, but she's also a makeup artist for a lot of the Love Island gals, including Olivia Bowen, Jade Thirlwall, celebrity makeup artists. Anyway, Dua Lipa, Maya Jama, celebrity makeup galley. She posted on her story this morning that she'd put some stuff on Vinted, like a mystery makeup package of like new stuff. So I don't know what got into me this morning, because I bought it and then I reached out to her on Instagram and was like, hi, I've just bought this. I'm an aspiring makeup artist, happy to take from you like all of the things that you are no longer needing, wanting, if you've got surplus, as long as it's new and not used, and you know, if you've got any tips on training and blah blah blah, feel free to just message me and stuff. And she was like, I do one-to-ones, I do this training, happy to send loads of stuff your way. And she voice noted me, and we've been DMing back and forth. I don't know who I think I am, but this is your sign to reach out, send a message. Fuck it, what's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen? So yeah, I'm very behind on my food. I'm just putting in my chicken, rice and veg meal, which I'm going to chuck 20 grams of cashew butter on. at the time that I would normally be getting ready for my mincemeal. So well done me. It's just been one of those days. I haven't even been out for a lunchtime walk. I think I'm on about 4,000 steps, which is okay. Once I've got the shopping done that I need to later, I'll go out and do that. I've got a really weird pain in my fingers and the top of my hand this week. Just adding to the list of ailments that I have. What the fuck is that? It's like I've dropped something on it, but I haven't. I noticed it yesterday when I was trying to open something and when I was driving home from London changing gears. It really hurts. Anyway, I just thought I'd pop back on because I realised how bad my skin is. Chin and neck spots, hormone fluctuation, if you weren't already aware. Another sign. I'm bored. I'm bored of myself. I'm bored of talking about it. But I'm also very aware, like, that this is just what's happening to me. Oh, it's so bad. Welcome to Tuesday, where my weight is up 2 kilos on yesterday for no reason. Well, it's no reason until something happens. I don't look any different condition-wise, and I'm not actually worried about it, but I think it's so interesting to like share that with you guys. 2 kilo, I'm 68.8 kilos. Last week, this kind of time last week, I was 65. On the Monday check-in, I was 64 point something. It is just rapid. And the symptoms are hard this morning. Once again, I've had some pain. I've had 2 sizable poos and I'm just uncomfortable. I'm running very hot. I've trained quads and delts this morning. It was all right. It's hard to say it was great when I'm not pushing weight too hard on any of my leg sessions at the minute. Like, your hamstrings still work in that kind of knee flexion in your quad days. So that's where I'm getting the pain, and I'm trying to be very mindful of it. But I'm at the physio tomorrow, so hopefully I will have some sort of answer, insight, whatever, into what's going on. I should be able to at least rule out what it's not, which will be helpful, and know that it's nothing too serious, hopefully. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm shocked at the weight jumps and how drastic they are, but I still look relatively the same as I did last week. I just need this to happen. It's tiring me out. It's 7.5 weeks since my show. I can tell you it's probably been about 6.5 weeks of discomfort and feeling all over the place. And this is not everyone's post-show, but it is common for your hormones to be doing all the different things. And this is how that manifests with me. So it's not everybody's. I've not been particularly like starving and felt all of that, which a lot of people do. And to be honest, I think I'd rather have this. As horrible as it's been. I've done 15 minutes of cardio, which takes me to 65 minutes for the week. If I can, I will do the remaining 10 minutes tomorrow, but I don't feel like I need to go out of my way to get that in when I actually need to be in work early tomorrow in the office to be able to get back from my physio session. So we see. Oh my God, my hair is enormous. I need to sort that out. I'm just nipping down to the post office on my lunch. I'm going for a walk. I'm selling my life on Vinted so that I can raise a little bit more money towards the makeup dream. Oh God, buy my things. I also, on my trip to the post office, picked up this. This is the first order I've ever made from P. Louise. And it is, believe it or not, only a couple of pallets. This is how all of their orders are, and they use this much fucking cardboard. That is a joke. I think there's 3 pallets in here. I know it's their USP and they're whimsy and they have all this fucking flamboyant like packaging, but who gives a fuck? I wanted to get some steps in on my lunch as well as do all of this shit, and I can't because I'm carrying a tree's worth of cardboard. I just got back from my post office expedition and work have uploaded some pictures from the All Colleague event, and I didn't think my face had changed that much in terms of me putting weight on it. Jesus. Maybe there is a bit more fullness there. Jesus Christ. On a continuation on today's episode of What the Fuck is Wrong with Me, my left leg, where I'm getting the pain behind my knee, has now swollen below the knee and is very tight, like I've just got off a long haul flight. Water retention is a thing when you're going through a hormone imbalance, but this is very frustrating. I'm very sorry about these vlogs and how miserable they seem. I'm not miserable and I'm not worried either, but I'm just getting fucking battered from all angles with something new. My adductors hurt, the back of my left hamstring feels tight, my calf feels tight, my skin feels stretched. Anyway, I have to go and pick up another parcel. Good morning. It is Wednesday. I'm in the office today. I actually am at the big Tesco at the minute because I'm going to go and grab some squash for my locker at work. But it's 7:30 and I'm going into the office early so I can leave early so that I can go to my physio appointment. As per usual on my trip to Mansfield. God, that's good. And it tastes even better today because it was free. Honestly, my prep purchases and my prep loyalty to cold brews is just carry on and over into this off season and making me very happy. My weight hasn't changed today. I'm still hanging around the 68 kilo mark. And I'm feeling very uncomfortable still. My skin just feels tight. My skin feels tight to me. And it's not a nice place to be, but I can do a lot about it. And I know that it's not body fat because nothing has changed. So I'm not stressing about it, but it's not my weight that makes me feel uncomfortable. My physical body feels very uncomfortable. And I'm just starting to feel a bit fed up. I had a little bit of a cry this morning when as I got up out of bed, and Andy was like, "Are you okay?" And I was just like, "No." And it all fell out. I just feel a little bit sorry for myself and a little bit fucking shit, if I'm honest. I feel bloated, I feel swollen, I feel sore, I feel tight, and I don't feel comfortable. But I know that it will pass. Just a case of when, because I've felt like this for a very long time now. I can't find my glasses, so I'm wearing these ones. I'm having a great time. I'm looking forward to kind of my physio appointment later, which should hopefully give me some answers and make me feel a little bit better about that. We'll see. I'll keep you in the loop. Today's plan of action is just get steps in. I'm not going to go out of my way to get that extra 10 minutes of cardio in today. It seems kind of pointless. Right, get in here and do this. And then just hopefully the day passes by very quickly so that I can get home, because I just don't want to be out and about at the minute. That's where it's getting me, mindset wise. My brain fog that I've had for the last, post show, to be honest, in the last week and a half has lifted massively, and I have had some very productive days at work, which is probably the only positive going on for how I'm feeling at the moment. But thank fuck for that, because I was genuinely a little bit concerned. It's been a productive lunch break so far. I'm 5 minutes into my walk and I've applied for a business bank account for my makeup artistry. Fucking hell. I still feel very positive about it. Like, it could be a big thing. Like, for me personally, I don't mean like nationally, I mean for me. But yeah, I feel good. I feel good about that anyway. I don't feel good in myself. Shock. I'm sure you're sick of me saying it. I'm sick of saying it. But I'm not having a good time. I'm not having a good time. And do you know what? Something that has wound me up today. This is just going to turn into a moany channel. Hopefully not. But it is something to consider when you are thinking about competing. The reverse should not be underestimated. Whether it's crippling hunger, which thankfully I haven't suffered from, but the changes that you've put your body through are not small, and reverses can be really complicated and really challenging. And someone posted on Instagram today that their reverse is a piece of piss. And I'm not saying I've been triggered by it, but her last show was on Sunday. It's Wednesday, babe. That's like me running a marathon and 10 minutes in going, oh, I've got this. Well, easy. Things like that just grind my gears. You know, people saying that their prep's going really well. It might be, but if you've only been on your prep for 4 days, it's not really got difficult yet, has it? People saying their reverse is going really well and it's so different to previous ones. When you're 4 days in, it's not enough time to see the impact of that. I just find it really bizarre that you wouldn't actually say that in person, I don't think. Maybe it's just an internet thing that people just seem to lose that grasp on reality a little bit about how much time has actually passed. I'm not sure, but either way, I think it looks a little bit silly. I think it's very early days and very naive to say that something is going well when realistically you're 20 minutes in. Because anything can happen. Anything can happen. You could be me. You could be me with all these different issues. Check in tomorrow. I'm not feeling... How am I feeling about it? At the minute, I'm feeling nothing because I'm sticking to the plan, doing exactly what I should, and the results are being what the results are. I'm not particularly pleased with the results that are coming out of it, but I can't do anything about them right now either. It's just a waiting game until my cycle appears, and I can tell you now that will be the feedback that I get tomorrow. Nothing will change. We'll not do anything differently. We will just continue waiting. I imagine I'll get a 3-minute voice note from Amy. Less than usual. And I think it will tell me absolutely nothing that I don't already know. Because I just understand the position that I'm in. I'll be very surprised if my food goes up. I'll be very surprised if anything changes. I don't even think she'll give me a deload at this point, because it'll have been 8 weeks since my last show this week. And generally we only deload between 8 and 12 weeks. And whilst I am having these issues with cycle digestion, although digestion's not been too bad this week. Wow, considering everything that's been going on. Training wise, yes, I've got a couple of niggles and injuries, but the rest of it's going good. So I don't think she'll deload me either. What I'm trying to do is be really smart with my training on my lower days to, one, be mindful of my hamstrings, and two, I've talked about it before, but the stress that training lower puts on your central nervous system and the inflammation that can come off it. I'm doing a little bit less and seeing what I can do to fatigue my muscles without putting the extra weight on and stuff like that, and going lighter, not going, you know, not going as hard, but just trying to be smart with my training to try and trick my body into thinking it's not under as much stress, because stress will impact your cycle too. So I'm trying to be smart with it, but you know, this is now a complete rest day apart from steps. I can't be doing any more. I'm quite excited to see what I look like when it does come, considering how much water I'm holding now. I am quite excited to see what the look is when it comes and that passes. Also, absolutely reeling today that Ozzy Osbourne has died. We all knew it was coming. We all knew it was coming. I didn't expect it that quickly. And so the news of that broke last night, and the day before I was literally obsessing over an Ozzy Osbourne collection of makeup that I'd found online from, is it Jolie Beauty? They're a Birmingham-based company. And yeah, I was obsessing over some Ozzy Osbourne collections that they've got, and saying that I just do not have the £400 to buy the full set. But I fucking wish I did, especially after that. God, so sad. I've been in such a Black Sabbath hole over the last few weeks since the concert. I think he even mentioned on here when the tickets came out, I couldn't justify it at the time when I was prepping and the spend on it, but God, I wish I'd got tickets. If there is anything, any concert that comes out, if there is any tour that you see, a bit like I did with the AC/DC tickets, I was like, I don't care, that's going on my credit card. If there is any tour that you see that you're like, I can't miss that, make sure you don't, because you could be me today. Okay, it's 8:30. I'm double parked on my meals. My creamy is there. I'm going to eat this and then I'll give you a short download of the physio, but it was intense. My appointment was at 6. I just got home at 8:30. Very, very good. Okay, right, outcomes. So, several different factors that are affecting my hamstrings and having pain in my legs. Okay, so the first one is that I've got a Baker's cyst on the back of my left knee, which is why I'm getting the fluid build up there. So when I'm in that knee bend and I'm feeling that pinch, that's what that is. It's the pressure on the cyst. Now that should go with some anti-inflammatory. I'm reading this off the fridge because I've put my whole treatment plan and what he's told me to do on the fridge so that I see it. Anti-inflammatory tablets 3 to 4 times a day. His handwriting is terrible. He wants me to wear one of my knee sleeves as well, just for the next few days, and to see how this goes. So this is for the first 4 to 5 days. He's also suggested that I use some non-steroid anti-inflammatory gel, so Voltarol or something like that, and to put that on the lateral joint line. And he wants me to use that 4 times a day and then rub it on the pain side. So with a bit of friction and a bit of pressure, rub that. I've got a stretch that I should be doing, which I can't even describe it to you. It's something that I can do just in the kitchen. I say in the kitchen because it's so easy for me to do 20 reps of it, which is what he wants, whilst I'm cooking something, whilst I'm waiting for something to ping off in the microwave. Also, making sure that my feet are turned in when I'm on the hamstring curl. He told me today that I was dysfunctional and that I've got an overactive groin. I found that really funny. Roger, very, very nice man, not got the same sense of humour. Basically, my glute max complex is weak on my right side. The remedy is to work the right adductor on and off. So I need to make sure that that is firing. I also need to work on my obliques. by making some of my movements unstable, doing a lot of things unilaterally to just build up my core as well as that weak glute. I can help myself by doing some clamshells and lots of other different things, but I've got a good old selection of things to help myself. I think everybody's got a weaker side. My right side, he said that when he was kind of massaging my quad into my knee, that I have an imbalance in my right quad and my right glute in terms of muscle mass. He said it's very, very subtle. He said all of this is very subtle, and I've kind of caught it at kind of the right time and acted quickly, which is good. But yeah, there's just a few different things that I need to work on, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I could not be happier with like how thorough he was and the service that I've received today. But yeah, I'm really, really pleased with that. I just need to start working on some of these things and make some extra time for them. But some of it is super simple and I can just do it without really thinking about it too much at home. My IT band was very, very tight on my left-hand side, which he has sorted out for me today. And even just by doing that, when I was squatting for him and showing him how I squat on both legs together and on their own, he could see an improvement in that already. So yeah, all in all, worth it. Oh God, I need to fart again. It's so gassy and it stinks. One day I'd have this one. Good morning, it's Thursday. As you can see, I went into Dunkin' Donuts this morning and had a little nosy at some of their actual donuts. And I went in there because I absolutely destroyed their toilet. I don't know if I can go back. There is one toilet. It was very obvious that it was me. It was so bad. But that's where we're at today. I have an iced Americano today with oat milk. And when I have an iced Americano, I always go a little bit heavier on the old flavour drops because they are more bitter than a cold brew, but they were out of cold brew. So that's been the morning. I've gone a little bit heavier on the eyes today. And when I put my makeup on, I don't put my makeup on for the camera. I know that sounds really weird, but this looks much better in person. Not on camera. Done my check-in this morning. My weight is 68.5. It's holding around there now. It's not coming back down, but I'm not bleeding. I am shitting, but I'm not bleeding. My digestion has actually been okay this week. I've pooped every day, sometimes several times a day. And my weight is still really on the up with yes, my calories are higher, but they're not, they're no way near what they would have to be for me to be making the scale weight gain that I am. And other than my midsection, I'm still holding condition quite well. everywhere else. I've still got striated shoulders. I can still see my chest striations. There's still a lot of lines in my legs and detail in my legs. My midsection looks soft as balls. And I am just having to laugh my way through it, because otherwise I will cry. I'm not upset at it in the way that, like, it's not ruining my life, because it's just scale weight at the end of the day, and it's just a whole lot of hormones doing a whole lot of shit. But it's difficult to keep up with on a daily basis, because it's just one day is so different to the next. I am hoping that I will get that bleed soon. And I've said already this week, I know I shouldn't be obsessing over it as much as I am, but it is having such an impact on how I feel day to day. I can't possibly ignore it. Unfortunately, as much as I would like to, I can't ignore that. I'm trying, but it's much harder than it would seem. But yeah, I'm just waiting for the feedback from Amy. I think it's going to be very sympathetic, but with no action taken. There is no assistance in me whatsoever at the moment. So there's that. There's no dim supplementation in there. I couldn't be doing a lot more to help myself, even if it's just to take the inflammation off. I am going to start some anti-inflammatory stuff based on the feedback from Roger last night, so maybe that might help me in terms of bringing some weight down, because obviously I'm holding water behind my knees as well, so it's not as if it's just hormone related for my cycle. There's a whole lot of shit going on in there anyway. Yeah, I'm having a great time. As suspected, a 4-minute voice note of us riding it out. Now, we have discussed bringing my food down slightly, whilst there's a few potentials in here about whether this gain is cycle related or whether it is thyroid related. Either or. I've not lost loads of detail, and only a bit of that 4 kilos is body fat. So we're quite happy in terms of how I'm looking. So we're toying with bringing my food down a little bit, because my food was already high enough to experience symptoms before we bump things up. I think we'll keep my fats higher but bring things down a little bit, which I'm fine with. I don't care at this point, just trying to control what we can. I've just been to the shop to pick up some Voltarol and some ibuprofen and try and start on some of this inflammation behind my knee. I've got my knee sleeve on, my left knee, where my cyst is. Right. Wow, what a day. This has not aged well, but I have to come on. So one of the perks of recently sharing so much of my life online, particularly Instagram, is I've been sharing a lot of the food that I'm eating and what I'm enjoying and blah, 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 blah. And someone messaged me from Lincoln and said, get down to Heron on Skelly Road. This is a red alert. The peanut butter, whole earth, salted caramel drizzle is £1. That stuff is like £4 in either Waitrose or Sainsbury's. I've just bought 12. Andy's going to be so mad because he's like, where am I going to put all this peanut butter? But that's just saved me about 50, 60 quid. I bought some Scotch eggs to soften the blow. Oh, he's not going to be happy, but I am ecstatic. I've just launched my makeup Instagram and I feel a bit sick. Like, I don't think I'm going to be able to look at my phone until tomorrow. Genuinely. However, on another note, I have just picked up my parcel from Analingus. that I bought on Vinted. I haven't opened it, it's sealed. So Anna occasionally posts stuff on her Vinted, which is either barely used or new that she won't use. But the concept is that whatever you pay, the value of the parcel is greater. So I think I paid, is it £12 or £15? But I took a risk. And sometimes my risks don't pay off, as we found when I bought the Royal Mail returns. Oh, okay. First up is the Lifter Lip Gloss by Maybelline New York. And I have this in, I wouldn't be able to tell you what shade, but it's very nude and it's very thick and long lasting. So that's the first thing in here. The next is a Maybelline Sky High Sensational Mascara, and it's a blue one. So I might use that for like some blue tips or something. We've got P. Louise Skin on the mend. I'm healing, I'm discovering myself, I'm starting over. This is a repair lotion. Interesting, because I think I'm about to really get into P. Louise products. So that's a good one. I haven't looked at what else is in there. Okay, I probably won't use this, but that's the risk you take. Sally Hansen Insta Dry Pride nail varnish, like a top coat. What else we got in there? 3 more things. Nice Maybelline tattoo liner in, what shade is this? Smooth Walnut. I will definitely use that. Adding it into the box. What else we got? Oh, these. Is it London? No, it's Abu Dhabi. The NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams. I remember when these first came out, everyone was going mad for the Kylie lip products when they first came out, and then NYX brought out a range that were trying to match at a lower price point. The formula for these is pretty good, and they're very similar to the Sephora ones that I've picked up, and these were going to be my next pickup for show days because they do still last very well, even though the price point is lower. Okay, now I've never used a cream blush. So this is the Maybelline New York Cheek Heat Sheer Gel Cream Blush. I'm happy to give that a try. I would apply that with a brush still. What else have we got? It feels like lashes. It is. These are the Isla Fluttery lashes. I'll most definitely use them on a more natural look, I would say. These are not really show day lashes, but I'll still find a use for them somewhere. They'd probably be a good, I don't wear a lot of makeup bride, if you know what I mean. So like new to lashes and having, you know, in excessive makeup that they wouldn't normally wear. Very natural lash. So how cute. Thank you, Anna. I'm going to keep that. I feel like that's going to bring me some luck. Well, that didn't work out too badly, did it? Good morning, and it is a good morning. I'm letting my hair air dry. I actually managed after the gym this morning to get back in enough time to wash my hair, and I am just gonna leave it and occasionally scrunch it. Will it be frizzier? Yes, I think so, but I can always wet it again tomorrow. Just wanted to get a head start on making my hair big and curly and bouncy for the weekend. I had a really good session this morning, and you know what, I trained pulling hams. And whilst it was still lighter, because I didn't want to take the piss, I'm trying to get rid of some inflammation, it was very, very good. And I trained without fear of, you know, doing any further damage to my hamstrings because Roger had given me that. And sometimes you just need that professional opinion to say, it's all right. And it's done wonders for me to have that from him. So there was that. I also did 15 minutes cardio. I weighed in this morning, even though Amy was like, maybe we should just leave the scale weight out for a little bit. But I thought, because I've started taking some anti-inflammatories for my knee, I was like, let's see what that looks like this morning. And I'm down 0.5 kilo. So, you know, I am very, very watery still. Still got a lot of pain in my midsection, which I think is related to cycle return, but it was never body fat, was it? I knew that. But nice to see it. Nice to see it. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good all in all. I had a really good morning. I was really looking forward to the day. I was really looking forward to doing my check-ins. I've had a really, really nice article posted of my season roundup on the intranet at work, which is lovely, and people are messaging me because they had no idea like how well I'd done if I hadn't seen them, which I haven't because I've been working from home quite a lot because of my dad. So that was really nice. I have fallen out with my hairdresser though. She sent around something this morning with loads and loads of products, saying that she'd done some research on products and chemicals and ingredients and stuff, but had written down that loads of them cause cancer. And I just thought, I'm not the only person to receive this, am I? And I asked her, and I was like, who have you sent this to? And she said that she'd auto sent it to all her clients. And I just think that is so irresponsible. So irresponsible. You cannot send round information that you have researched, Facebook article, without any credible sources or references, like show me the scientific backing, with no information on exposure, quantity, nothing. And I just was furious with it, and I've called her out on her bullshit. You cannot do that. You absolutely cannot do that. She has vulnerable clients as well. I imagine some of them are either recovering from or receiving treatment for cancer, and probably have read that, if they're not, you know, switched on, and looked at that and thought, maybe my shampoo has caused my cancer. No, I can't. I've called her out on it, and I more than likely will not be going back to her. So I've started reaching out to hairdressers this morning because I was booked in with her for September. But I just cannot willingly give my money to someone that could do something so stupid and damaging. If she was a fucking scientist, I wouldn't tell her how to do a job, but she's a hairdresser. And I do really worry for people that have access to some of these things, don't read enough, aren't qualified, and start shitting out information to people that will listen. Someone's misinformed them and they will go and say the same shit to someone else. I just think it's so dangerous and I hate it. So I've got to find a new hairdresser, but all in all, a good Friday morning. Good evening. Yes, I'm wearing a hoodie in this heat. I don't know what's wrong with me. 1 minute I'm hot, 1 minute I'm not. I've just done all of my check-ins. I'm a bit late doing them this evening because I needed to do a little bit of research because one of my clients has changed their medication, one that I've come across before. So wanted to have a thorough look at side effects, how long it's going to take to get in her system, when things might settle, blah, 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 before I make any changes, because life happens, doesn't it? But I've had a very nice day, a very busy day, but lots of good things have happened today. Bless my mum and dad, they FaceTimed me earlier and they said that they wanted to give me a little bit of money to helping me start my business off, and just giving me a little bit to go towards some supplies. So I've done that. I already had an Amazon basket full of all the boring but absolutely essential bits like hygiene products. So they will be arriving next week, which is exciting. I've just want to give away from ESN, of ESN products. I love their design away, but they don't do 2 kilo bags of my favourite flavour, and they are expensive. So I'm not spending the money on that way. No way. When I'm not going to get what I need. I can't. Essentially what they need to do is take me on as a sponsored athlete. And then it'd be fine. But that's not going to happen. So we'll stick to train by JP for now. One thing that I've been discussing with the girls today, and it's makeup related, but it's also bodybuilding related. If you come here for bodybuilding, this will still very much be a bodybuilding channel. But also, I'm very interested in beauty and stuff. And this is the direction that my life's taking. So I'm going to talk about it. But as an athlete, excuse me, One of the things that I think people don't think about enough is the judging criteria. And I don't mean from like a what category should I be in position point of view. I mean, judges are looking for femininity and health as far as possible. Something that I see people do is look at a makeup look at a hairstyle that doesn't make their femininity come through. And I'm not talking about gear, I'm not talking about anything like that. It can be a bit of an illusion to your overall look. So, for instance, PCA tone figure for the universe, I was coming in lean, like athletic lean, on the cusp between being a very good toned figure athlete and being a entry-level athletic athlete. For that show, I had a very classic feminine Hollywood look to soften the femininity and to make me appear just softer. PCA Island, for my athletic debut, where I knew I was smaller but my condition was good, you saw me with the braids and the ponytail, which is a little bit more aggressive. It's not soft and girly, is it? It's, I'm fucking here and I'm not here to play. In bodybuilding, you need to think about your features, not just of your physique, but the whole package. The whole package and how it comes across on stage. It's not that your makeup matters from like the judges like this one better, so they're going to score you higher. Not that. It's just enhancing your femininity or hardening it. I don't want it to be another thing for someone to worry about, but it's just a consideration that some people don't help themselves. And you've got to think about that. Just because it looked good on someone else doesn't mean it's what you should go for. Also completely forgot one of the other good things that happened today, and I know I said I wasn't going to be obsessive with tracking it. I am what I am. My core body temperature has been heightened for 3 days now. It has been flat as a fart for a little while, but it is spiking. I think we're getting somewhere. Usually when your body temperature is high, it needs to drop, and that's when you'll get a bleed. I have had symptoms today. I've had symptoms for 6 weeks now. But we carry on. Good morning, it's Saturday and it is 9:56, and yes, I am overdone for this time in the morning, but I wanted to try a little bit of a bronzy smoky eye before I go out with my mum tonight. However, I have ruined it by picking up the wrong shade of my brow pen, and I just think it looks silly. I might redo it later. Wanted to get a head start on the day, and I fucking woke up at 5:30 for no reason, so might as well. I really need to get my roots done so badly. I shouldn't have fallen out with my hairdresser. I haven't actually told her to shove it up her arse yet. I wanted to try and find a new one before I cut my nose off to spite my face, because I've got a wedding in September where I'm a bridesmaid and I cannot be doing that. But we are just at puppy school. We're back at puppy school. It's been fucking ages since we've been, because every Saturday I've either been competing or we've been somewhere else. So this is the first time Maggie's been back since end of April. Bless her. But the weather is miserable. I've just been and put some air in the tyre that has a nail in it whilst Andy's doing that, and I've got 15 minutes left of puppy school, so I'm going to go and get whatever steps in I can, even though it's raining. And then we're going to go over to our favourite place to spend a Saturday morning, Doddington Hall, have a coffee, share a cake, and then get back home before I need to go and pick my mum up at 3 for our little evening out watching Calamity Jane. Not ashamed of my love of Doris Day at all. But yeah, that's going to be the morning. Hopefully I'll get all my steps in between now and then without having to make too much effort. Otherwise it'll be more for me to do tomorrow, but it's fine. Look at it. Okay, you may dig in. We are funnily enough at Pizza Express. I haven't been to Pizza Express for about 10 years, genuinely. So I'm looking forward to this. I've saved up my meal 3, 4 and 5 to be able to have this. And I did have my cake earlier. So I'm well within and I'm quite pleased with myself. I've chosen well off the menu. I've added some extra protein to a pizza that was already there. And then we're gonna go over to the theatre, which is about a 10-minute walk away. So I'll get all my steps in and more today, which will be very good. I've saved up 3 meals for this. Oh yeah. Yeah. Fucking hell, I'm excited. Good morning, it's Sunday. And it started off, like an absolute nightmare, to be honest. By the way, last night I nearly got into a fight with a woman at this fucking musical because she told me off for singing and it wasn't even like loud. Like, I know I sing and I project, but I was just like, it was conversational volume and I just thought, fuck you. It's a really, really good night and nice to spend time with my mum. We don't do loads of stuff like that and that was a very mummy daughter night out that we're not usually into, but that's how it went. I woke up at 3:45 because Maggie has the poops real bad. She got up again at 6:30 and woke Andy up that time, but she always comes to mummy first, which is quite sweet, but not at 3:45. We would normally have gone to the gym together this morning and parted ways. Andy goes to his gym, I go to my gym. Early doors, but we didn't want to leave her on her own, and rightly so. So I went at 7. Well, I got up at 7 and then I went and then he went when I came back. So yeah, it's not started off the best, but it's okay. My session was all right. It wasn't brilliant. I wouldn't have expected it to be on the kind of broken sleep that I had and the late night. So that's where we are, and it's getting on for 11:30. Got my 3 calories for the day in the air fryer at the moment. I got a Scotch egg from Doddington Hall yesterday and I'm buzzing for that. No, I don't know the exact calories that are in it. However, generally a large Scotch egg will set you back about 280. So it is slightly over, but it's a fucking egg. And I don't intentionally go over very often. I am trying to be mindful. I'm gonna have a wee and eat my egg. Today's gonna be very chill. I've done 15 minutes cardio. I've done about 4,000, 5,000 steps-ish. And I wanna do my nails today. I wanna relax today. I want to try a makeup look today. And not a whole fucking lot else. Something that I will be doing today, however, is sorting out all these orders that came yesterday for the makeup business. So I'm excited, but it's also a little bit daunting, and now it feels very real because I've got a shit ton of boxes to go through.